Hello, welcome to Master It Monday. This is Maggie Carey, and today's topic is story styling to stay social. If you need to figure out a way to get your social media really rolling and resonating with people, today's episode is going to be fantastic for you because I am going to be joined by a special guest. Today, I have a special guest coming in. This is Paula Helgerson. She is a Cabbie stylist. She provides the ultimate shopping experience for her clients, primarily on a virtual platform. Thank you, COVID. She works with people to help them make the most out of their fashion. She's with one of the largest social selling clothing companies in the United States, and she has an extensive background. The reason I wanted to bring in Paula today to share with you her story is because I had a meeting with Paula. We're part of a group coaching with Master Networks called the Mastery Program. And in there, Paula had given this amazing soundbite. And I said, oh my gosh, that really drew my attention. That's the kind of thing people need in their social media. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you to our special guest, Paula Helgerson. Hi, Paula. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Maggie.
Thanks. And just to let you know, we're being joined by a few of our fans. We have Angela she does jewelry with Paparazzi Jewelry. So thank you for joining us, Angela. Anyone else joining us today, pop in the notes below as Paula's going to tell us a little bit about herself. Go ahead, Paula.
A little bit about myself.
Yes.
Been an independent Cabbie stylist for 17 years. I live in the Minneapolis, Minnesota area. I have a degree in textiles, so finding Cabbie was just like a match made in heaven. It seemed to just fit right. And what else would you like to know?
Oh, that's great, Paula. Ladies and gentlemen, leave questions below. We've got Angela welcomes you. Hello, and then we also have Zany Smith Clark here joining us, and our friend Sarah, who's joining us from Minnesota as well. So thank you for joining us. As Paula is going to be talking to you a little bit about her this whole concept that we were talking about, storytelling. And Paula, one of the things, we just had that big bowl event over the weekend, right? And it's known not only for, of course, it's the biggest game of the year, but it's also about the commercials that happen. Did you notice how many of those commercials touched your heart, made you laugh, right?
They work really hard to do that.
Yes, they do. And I think it fits really well into today's topic. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Paula, and she's going to tell you about how you can story style your social media. Go ahead, Paula.
All righty. When you look at your social media post, I like to do so with an eye of creating a story or a short elevator speech. So I set a goal for my posts. What I find is that it provides me some direction. You don't need to say everything in one post. If you're posting regularly, you'll want to change up your content. Some days you're going to be looking to set an appointment with a client. Some days you're going to be looking to make a sale. And then there's the days that you'll be providing customer service to teach them, to inform them, to offer some ideas. So when you think of that elevator speech or that 60-second commercial, well, heavens, that is not a lot of time. However, it is time to make an impact. So when I like to start with a question or a statement to consider before I give my name and business. In doing so, you grab their attention. First, you have them saying, what do you do? And how are you going to answer that question? And so you've intrigued them. Here's an example. So in this day of Zoom and online meetings, are you needing to look good from the waist up? I'm Paula Helgerson, Cabbie stylist. We call this the tabletop trend. Let me share one of my top tips for going from comfy to classy at a moment's notice. So you've created a hook. This gets them to come in and listen a little more closely. You've laid out a situation, and the interested are saying, "What? How?" So you continue. My client Beth recently told me that she wanted to take her ho hum work from home look up a notch. She wanted something that was easy and quick as she was juggling children's learning and her work from home Zoom meetings. She was frustrated that her life had become t-shirts and leggings. She wanted to get back to normal, but she just wasn't sure how until she met me. So you are using the story to have them start thinking of somebody they know. It might be their friend named Beth. It might be their friend who is juggling children's learning and work from home balance. From the story, you move to telling your audience what you are looking for. What was that goal that you set out when you picked your commercial or your post? Be as specific as you can. The ideal referral for me this week is the Beth in your life who is looking and juggling family and work and is needing a balance. Could she be stuck as well? I would love an introduction. In the world of social media, Beth can take her t-shirt and leggings up a notch by simply adding a quick tie of a cute scarf. You too can do this. It's all in accessorizing. A scarf, it's the simplest thing, or maybe a piece of jewelry. It can complete your look. It adds the polish that you desire. See this season's Can Do Scarf and the entire collection at paulahelgerson.cabbieonline.com. And that's how I do it.
I love this, Paula. Hold on a second. Let me get you going back here. We'll take that off. So this was amazing. I really enjoyed how you were able to tie in the story with your products and making it entertaining or educational or relational, like enjoying that person's story as we're listening to them. We can certainly relate to the pains of being stuck inside in your home and not being able to do that fashion. And I make it a point to get dressed every day and jazz it up. I have a friend who worked for home years before COVID, and she said that is the thing she always does. And I'm always the jewelry, the scarf, the earrings, the makeup. It makes me in that mode of work, but it also I'm not alone with this. And all of you who are watching, please make sure that you leave any questions below that you have for Paula and be specific about your business. If it's a question about your business, I know we have a couple of ladies here. We have Amy who's joining us who also does jewelry, custom jewelry. So you're speaking to the fashion world here. Paula is the fashion police. I always have to make sure I look good when she's there. And of course, we have our coach Glow here joining us. So we have a great question from Sarah. How long does it take you to put together a story?
Well, it usually doesn't take me too long. It varies from time to time, but usually about 5, maybe 10 minutes. So sometimes I'll find a particular marketing picture that our company provides for us, and I want to highlight a certain topper or a certain outfit, and so then I'll think about how that could be relatable and how someone might how I can make that into a story.
And Paula, but I'm sure when you first started, were you that fast? Be
No,
honest with us.
no.
Okay.
Not that.
I don't want these people thinking, "Oh my god," because I couldn't do it. Like, I had to work it. I tried this. I took Paula's advice, and I tried it this week with my elevator speech. And I've gotta tell you, it got a lot of attention because people I've been always saying, I take the stress and and the time, people who have time management issues and the stress and all of this, but when I related it to a human being or character and told the story through that character, it really resonated with the people who were listening. It made it real. And doing that in your social can be difficult. But that's when you use, you can use video, you can use audio, a combination with your video, you can use a photo. The photos that Paula has are great because she can show different styles, different looks, going from, a day look to a night look by just adding a different thing or changing up a jacket or a scarf, right?
Right.
And thank you, Tracy. Tracy saying good information. Absolutely. Um, Amy is punning us. She's saying tie it in, right? Tie it into yeah, I know. This
Absolutely.
So, Glow is asking great suggestions for kicking it up a notch. Thank you, Paula. So, how are you going, ladies in the comments below, how are you going to implement what Paula is telling us today? Any gentlemen that are out there today, please, my apologies, get into looking at your social in a different way. So, I'll just tell my story while I'm waiting for people to reply here. But when I related to a person who was, and I gave them an industry, which helped. So saying things along the lines of, Jane owns an auto repair shop, and she was so overwhelmed with just managing her office and her staff that she didn't have time to post on social media. And it became such a stress for her that it was making her sick. And she was so tense and so uptight that she couldn't even think about what to post on social media. Enter Master at Media. We helped manage her social for her by just a 30-minute meeting once a week. And that helped her get her social going for the entire month. Now, I didn't read it, which was something that would have been good because it's not once a week, we do once a month. But here's the trick. What Paula had told me was to connect. And I also used, if you're doing this video, if you're doing a video story on Instagram or Facebook, or you're using some kind of, video component, maybe it's YouTube. When you're doing that, notice the tone and the inflection of your voice as well, right? Paula has a theater background too. This is something that helps. When I started the story, I had the urgency and stress in my voice so that you could feel it. And then when the story ended, I was more calm and relaxed, and right, it gets there. We've got some do we have another question here? Oh, your customer avatar is key. Tracy, great point. So I'm sorry, but every time I hear the word avatar, I always think of the movie. I just do. Paula, do you have an avatar that you think of when you're posting your social?
I don't.
Okay. So if you do have an avatar, Tracy, leave it down below. Like for me, even though I cater to every business, I do think of somebody who is a small to medium sized business owner in a service industry that is over the age of 45. And the reason why is because that's where I see my services being the most help. And it's usually a business that has, 5 or more employees, but that that's my business size. But when I'm talking about my training and my strategy sessions that I do, that's a different avatar. So if you have different pieces to your business, you can go that way too. So we have another question here from Kim Peters. Paula, do you schedule your posts in advance? If so, how far?
Thank you, Kim. I schedule my Facebook posts in advance. My Instagram ones, I do not, because I'm not as savvy as one might think on Instagram. And typically, it depends on if I'm like going out of town or if I'm going to be at a conference. Then, Kim, I will definitely schedule those all the way through until I come back, at least something, so that my clients can see a regular posting, so that I don't like disappear for 2 weeks or for a week and a half, so that they know that something's going. And then if something happens when I'm at that event that I feel is important enough to make mention of, I will then post that in the moment. I hope that answers Kim's question.
Yeah, I think that's great. It's a mix of doing it, and when you can use Facebook to schedule, like there's a scheduling component in Facebook and you can schedule,
Right.
and it does help. For my clients in my process, we schedule about everything with our a month in advance. But if anything comes up, like we had snowstorms up here in New York, and we have clients who do different things when it's snowing, and they need to let people know we're open, we're here, we're to help you. Coffee's on, whatever it might be. Those are things that are important. So mixing it up with some scheduled posts, and we just did one on how often should you post, and so that really ties in. Coach Glow would like to know more about your company and where do you get your accessories?
Well, we do have limited accessories, and I like to buy from myself. What can I say? The Cabbie Company is a direct to consumer company, so no brick and mortar. And we have right around 3,000 stylists, independent stylists across the US, Canada, and the UK. We are based out of LA. And our wonderful design team provides us with 2 fabulous collections a year, and some little fashion infusions throughout our main main collection get added to our collection. So we have a small grouping of jewelry, as well as some belts and accessories. Oftentimes, if they see a big style coming forth for, like in the shoe industry, they'll offer a shoe or two. This season, we don't happen to have shoes, but sometimes we will. Does that answer Glow's question?
I think so. I think that gives us a good idea. And as you notice, Paula has purple in the background. Gee, how wonderful that is. I love to see the purple. So they have lovely
Oh, sweet.
lovely accessories there. So Amy was telling us yeah, Amy was telling us that she uses Amy, do you use this one? The Planoly? It's user friendly, so it helps you visualize your grid, which is great. Some people love that kind of checkerboard look. You don't want to have something that looks too, because it's not just, think of your 9, like, the tic tac toe board when you're designing your Instagram. So Tracy said we have a few. The family navigating their. These are we're talking going back to the avatar. Family navigating their household expense, as well as small to large business looking to reduce their overhead cost. So these are things when you're creating your social media post, Tracy, think of the story behind that person. Because you've got 2, you've got the family, and then you have the small business, which is great. Is it easy? Is it all order online? And by the way, Paula's links are in the description below. So if you need the information to go directly to her site, because it's long, so we just put the link right in the bottom. So is that true? Is it all online order?
Uh, Kind of. We work directly with our clients. So it's a relational business. I work with my clients one-on-one. Because of our friend COVID, we are not meeting in person as often, or we are definitely socially distanced and being cognizant of everyone's safety. We've even come out with a couple of masks for the season in really cute prints. But it is, we also do online styling as well. I've done one-on-one styling with clients via Zoom and FaceTime. Also, we have a wonderful online platform for our fashion experiences, since we're not able to take our clothing and take our collection and go to a woman's home and do a show for her and her friends. We have this virtual platform that they have developed for us, that we're able to bring the fashion show to you right from the comfort of your home, sitting on your couch with your iPad. You can join a fashion experience and be like you are sitting in the front row of New York Fashion Week or Paris Fashion Week, and see the collection on real people walking down the runway.
I love, and one of the things that I love that Paula does, and you need to go to her Instagram and her Facebook to check this out, but she will show her the pictures, like you saw the pictures that Cabbie provides her, and then she'll accessorize herself from head to toe and go outside and take a picture. Like, she had this beautiful, was it fall, Paula, where you had the beautiful fall, there was a tree that matched her outfit. I don't know how you did that. It was gorgeous. Um, so you're seeing it on a real person. Frankly, she just did that white sweater that you had on just recently. I liked it better on you than I liked it on the model, right?
Well,
I
thank you.
did. I did. You looked stunning in it. And I think that kind of helps. Again, Paul is personalizing her experience, right? She's got she's using herself as a model, showing people what they can do with the different pieces of the collection. That also, okay, and look, this is what we're all here to learn, is how to use social media to drive people to our business. Sometimes it's to buy, sometimes it's just to get exposure and have people understand that. Look how many people that are on this call, like, ladies and gentlemen in the comments below, have you ever heard of Cabbie prior to this presentation or before you found out through Master at Media? Leave a yes or a no below and let Paula know. And also let her know if you want her to reach out, or, go to her social and reach out to her and schedule a meeting, because this is how, you can learn about her business, but you can also learn about how to promote your business, whatever you're doing. I don't care if you're selling widgets or your service, you have a service that you're doing. So Amy has heard of Cabbie, Tracy has not. So we've, keep posting, ladies. I want to know the story. How can you, like, let's take Coach Glow, for example. So she's a service-based industry, right? Now she helps people. She's got to be careful because she is a life coach. So she can't use real stories. But Paul and I were just talking about this. What would you suggest for somebody like Glow who can't use a real story?
Make one up. Improvise, and it's, I had Zig Ziglar was a wonderful trainer years and years ago, and I had the fortune of meeting him in the 90s. But one of the things I learned from him is that the story is so important. The story brings people in, and the story gives people something to relate to. And think back to when you were 3 or 4 or 5 years old. Did your parents read you a story? Did you like story time? That can help too. So the story is, it doesn't, obviously, when you've got confidentiality issues, I mean, you are not going to tell everybody's life story. No, but you can tell a story like that.
Yeah. And I love how you wrap it up and you say, if you have a so-and-so in your life, whatever name you gave them, reach out because I can help them, whatever their challenge was, that you help them. And it's interesting. There was a study done. I read it about 3 or 4 years ago, and it was about how people, when you tell somebody a story, it resonates with people and they remember it 70% more than if you're just spouting out facts to them.
Right.
So keep that in mind when you're developing your social, and keeping it. Oh, Susan says she loves story time. I do too. And then, of course, Glow is, she loves her Z's. So these are things ladies and gentlemen that are watching, please make sure that you're looking at your social media in that manner for the next couple of months and see how you can implement these suggestions into your social media for the month, and make sure that you reach out to our lovely friend Paula, who we learned so much from today. Rewatch this, listen to them, take notes about what she said, because it's so valuable. And I have to say, it really does resonate. You think about all of those commercials that were going off on Sunday, and there were ones there that made me laugh. They made me cry. Look, I'm going to be, this is total. We always talk about authenticity on Master It Media and Master It Mondays. Okay. I did not watch the Super Bowl. I woke up this morning and I went on YouTube and I watched all the commercials. That is what I did. Okay, because I'm not, although, and hopefully my nephew who works for the Chiefs is not listening to me right now, but go Chiefs, I'm sorry. But this is the thing, you're looking at your social media and looking at those commercials, listening to Paula, all of this stuff ties in together, because when you watch those commercials, they made you laugh, they made you cry, they made you feel. I mean, there were a couple in there. I mean, I got chills, I got choked up. And then there were other ones where I just lost it and I started laughing. Don't you want your people to have that feeling when they're looking at your social? So when Paula comes out with her spring collection, right? That's now, Paula, do you have some special spring things that you absolutely love?
This jacket,
Let's pull that up.
we call this the byline jacket, and I ask my clients, what's black and white and worn all over? It will be you when you try on this byline jacket. It is the softest French terry that you can dress up and dress down so easily.
Oh my God, I love you. Look at you, just boop, and it comes right off. Look at that. And this is where we need to learn. And so we do have another question from Kim. Paula, where do you go for inspiration? This is such a hard part. I agree, Kim.
I was thinking about that the other day because I wanted to make a post on Instagram. Great question, Kim. Thank you. It depends on the day. Sometimes I use the day and the weather as an inspiration. Step into spring, it will warm your heart because it's freezing outside. I live in Minnesota and I woke up to -degrees today, and then I had to go outside in it. It was not happy. I was not happy. But you can use things like that and play on that. I use the seasons as inspiration, like put a spring in your step or fall in love with the autumn collection. Those are inspirations. Sometimes I'll use the seasons. I'll look to Valentine's Day is coming or Easter is coming. Hop to it, get that Easter outfit. So look at the calendar, look at the temperature. These can help with inspiration. And then look to your why of why you're doing whatever company, whatever business that you're doing, and look to your why and what is it. You know that what you produce, what the product is, but why is that important to you? And then translate that into a post. As an example, one of the things that I love about what I do is my clients have told me over the years that they always get compliments whenever they're wearing their Cabbie jacket, or they feel more confident when they're wearing their Cabbie outfit. So I'll do a post on step into your confidence, put on your Cabbie.
I love that. I'm going to just put a little note here in our chat. Leave your business name below in the chat. I'd love to see where we have people coming in from. Kim, if you could share what your business is, and then Paula and I can actually talk specifically to your business. Here are some of the things, Paula, that I struggle with. And look, I struggle with my social too. This is one of the reasons I started Master It Media, was because I was having a hard time figuring out how I was going to promote my business on social media because look, it's free. Like the major part of this is free. So how are you kind of looking at a business, your business, and saying, I know this works, right? So how do people, what are kind of some of the comments, like the comments that you receive when you post your stories on social, or when you post these kind of, like we've got Valentine's Day coming up, right? How are things like that um, affecting your social media, like the replies and such?
Well, I know for me that I'll have people, say comment on one of the items in my post, like that, oh, I love that jacket, or that's a cute jacket. And a lot of times they're clients of mine, so that I know them, and I'll say, oh yeah, this is definitely a you jacket. This is something that you would like. Uh,
Mm.
so I hope that may not answer your question.
No, it does, because that's the kind of thing we talk about this in business all the time. It is less expensive to retain a current customer than it is to acquire a new one. So by doing this, by showing them, you're basically helping them figure out the products that you're offering, so that you're communicating with your clients like they know you care about them because
Right.
you're saying it's a you jacket, right?
Yes. And Kim
Um,
and I actually know each other. We're colleagues.
oh, you do? So what does Kim do?
She is a cabbie stylist
Oh,
in
she is.
Ohio.
In Ohio, wonderful. So, Kim, let us know if you've been like you guys kind of work together. See, that's a beauty of when you're in, a company that has multiple independent consultants, right? Because they're giving you content that you can play with. But what I love about you, Paula, is you don't just solely rely on those. You make them unique and you put your own flavor on them.
Right. Yes. And they do that for us intentionally so that we can do just that.
Beautiful. So you can create, is there anything in particular that you do with with what you get that you'd like to share? Like I know you sometimes use multiple photos, right?
Hmm.
Is it a tool that you use, or do you just post the multiple photos together?
Well, we're given uh, lots of photos for different themes, or different just the pieces of the collection that the marketing team has done a fabulous job photographing. And then we can post them as we have, like Kim was saying, the inspiration of, what am I thinking about today, and which photo relates to the topic that I want to present. Like, which photo is all about being warm and cozy and comfortable, and the one that you're going to just cuddle up in for the weekend, and I can post that picture and talk about, grab your warm hot chocolate and cozy up to your next Netflix binge watching. Oh, that, yeah, try to say that 5 times fast.
Wonderful. All right, Paula. Well, we're going to wrap up. Thank you all for joining us live. If you're watching us on the replay, please make sure that you leave your comments and questions below. Paula and I will be checking to make sure in case anybody has any follow-up questions. Of course, you're going to find Paula's information in the information below in the description. So please reach out to her and let her know. And as always, here at Master It Media, we're here to educate businesses on developing a strategic social media presence that will skyrocket your promotion for less time, money, and stress. On our Master It Mondays, we're here every Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, to provide you with little tidbits of information that can take you so far on your social. And we have amazing guests like Paula come in every once in a while to show you how you can take advantage from a real business professional who is in the trenches with us all, working hard to grow our businesses and to help our clients. So I'd like to thank you again, Paula, for joining me today, and for all our guests and visitors who are watching. Thank you for following us. We
My
appreciate
pleasure.
you. Thanks, Paula. And I will see you at our next meeting. And make sure if you are a Master Networks member, you check out masternetworksny.com. That's where I'm located. Paula's in the Minnesota region, and she has Sarah Bungie, who is her her regional partner there. We are all across the nation, and this is how we are growing our businesses. Right, Paula?
Right. Absolutely.
Any final words for our listeners, Paula?
I would just say be consistent in your posting. Don't let too many days go by without a post.
All right, I love it. Make sure you go back to last Mondays. We have a little sheet that you can download that actually talks about consistency in posting, quality, and of course, there's a little cheat sheet that you can use that'll help you along the way too. So thanks again, Paula, and I look forward to seeing everybody next Monday on Master It Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye now.